All right, guys, so I'm still in South Africa and I'm with Sisa. He's the CEO of South Africa Tourism, the body which is responsible for my most visits to South Africa. Sisa, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Good to have you over.
Thank you very much. So last year, 2019, was a bit of a difficult year for you
Yeah.
in terms of, especially for travelers from our region, West Africa. We're barely 3 months into 2020. How is the year looking forward, looking back at what happened last year
Sure.
and things so far?
So last year's events, especially around the xenophobic issues, was really unfortunate. It was a small minority of people that actually, thrown in social media. It seemed as if the country's like that. Secondly, as well, I think with the prevalent of fake news, all sort of images started flowing around. And I think what we wanted to do, led by the president, was to show people that South Africa is a very warm country. We are welcoming, that the majority of the people in this country are actually accommodating of our brothers and sisters. Also, as well now, ironically, is that the South African president is the chairman of the African Union. And through that, we want to show a bit more humility as a country, but also opening our arms and saying, welcoming people into South Africa.
Great. And how is, in terms of visits so far, let's say first quarter?
Sure, the first 3 months have really got off to a good start. Then I'm quite happy with those numbers. We do have an issue right now of coronavirus globally. And what it's done two things. One is that the world's productivity has slowed down because everyone relies on China for products and everything else. Secondly, as well, is that travel has been subdued because people just don't want to travel to other destinations. So we're really trying to build ourselves to make sure that we can absorb the shock of people not coming in the bigger numbers. So we focus on what we call domestic tourism. So, well, how do we get South Africans traveling more within South Africa until we can find a global resolution to coronavirus?
Great. And you did talk about opening up to other African countries. For instance, the Polo Invitational that happened last weekend is one of them. This, for me, as somebody who comes to experience South Africa with SAT, this is the first time I've seen some sort of inclusion into sports. Is this something you're looking to do more often?
Very much so. Just some context there, South Africa is a very young democracy, 1994, so we're still finding our feet. And I think one of the things that we're trying to undo is about to say the love starts within the continent first before the rest of the world. So therefore, sports like the polo say, let's invite, a Ghanaian kind of polo team to come play in South Africa. And that starts a whole lot of social kind of connections and also the camaraderie as well. And I'm sorry for the score, but we tried our best to kind of really make sure you guys are accommodated.
Well, our captain promised that next time he's invited, they're going to beat you. So let's see how that goes. As the head of a body that's it's sort of in charge of marketing South Africa, if I should give you the ability to sell your top 5 destinations, what would they be?
No, whenever someone asks me that, I say it's unfair. It's like making me choose who's my favorite child, right? But I would start with whatever it is you're looking for. We've got something for everybody. So if you are a sports junkie, a adrenaline junkie, you want to go bungee jumping, we've got the world's longest bungee jump, basically, not too far away from here. Or you're a cultural person, there's all sort of everything in between. Or you're a lifestyle person, we've got enough high-end 5-star events over there, or you're just a family person traveling, with your family and everyone else. There's something for everybody, whether you love food, whether you love, travel either by the sea or air, there's something for everybody there.
Great. So it's 2020. What are you doing in terms of marketing this year that's different? And also, what should the rest of the world expect from SA this year?
So what we've done, a couple of things. One is we've really resolved our visa regime, right? So therefore, to make it seamless and easy for people to travel through, we're looking at specific countries to say, how do we lift them, so that we can have free flow of people. The second one is really focusing on what we call trade. These are your travel agencies to make sure that whatever people see, whether it's on TV and they want to buy it, it's available. They know where to go to. And the travel agents are informed enough to say, listen, I've got $100. How far can this get me in South Africa? What can you advise me to go? I think that's the focus that we have.
Great. And finally, anytime I talk South Africa, people are asking, when is the visa-free regime happening? Is it going to be a reality, and how soon should they expect it?
It'll definitely be a reality. That one is coming through. So put it this way. My first prize as the head of tourism to say, listen, no visas for everybody. Second prize to say, well, if you are going to be requesting visas, make it seamless and easy. Go online and within 24 hours you can get your visa done. That to me is more what I'm looking for. I mean, the days of going to an embassy, dropping off your visa, filling in forms, bring your bank statements, 1980. So we've got to get to the 21st century.
Great. Well, it's a pleasure speaking to you,
Thank
and
you
we'll be
very
looking
much.
forward to a great year.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Much appreciated.
Pleasure. Oh, he wants to show us